Have you ever treated a broken bone? Replaced a transmission? Umpired a baseball game? Installed an air conditioner? We all have job-specific skills, skills that may have taken years of education and training to acquire, but they aren't the only ones that make us successful. Look at it another way. Have you ever not been hired for a job even though you had all of the required skills? Have you ever been laid off even though you had the same experience as others who kept their jobs? More often than not, our personalities and our ability to work well with others are what set us apart. In fact, when it comes to making hiring decisions, employers emphasize soft skills over technical training and know-how. Most employers would rather have a worker who is dependable, honest, and a team player than someone with an advanced degree but no people skills. Your soft skills, such as your ability to manage conflict, communicate well, and solve problems, are your keys to being successful on the job. In this video, we'll address the top soft skills that impact on-the-job success. As you watch the video, think about which soft skills will be most beneficial in your line of work. While you may already possess most of these important attributes, there are probably one or two you can improve. Having effective soft skills will benefit you no matter what direction your career takes. We all know you never get a second chance to make a good first impression. What we sometimes forget is that we have to continue making a positive impression every day. Each time you show up for work, you make an impression on your supervisor, coworkers, customers, and clients. Are you the kind of person who can be counted on to show up every day? Do you act professionally at all times? Do you manage your time well? These are questions of professionalism, doing your job in a timely manner with respect to those around you, and they're the kinds of questions employers consider when deciding who to hire. Most employers will value a positive attitude and a strong work ethic over experience. In fact, 9 out of 10 employers consider professionalism to be one of the most important traits they look for in employees. What does it mean to be professional? Well, for starters, it means dressing appropriately. Not everyone wears a suit to work, but we still have to pay attention to our appearance. In some cases, that may simply mean complying with a company dress code. In others, it may mean wearing a uniform. In all cases, it means understanding your company's culture and expectations and working to meet them. Being professional is about more than just looking the part. Like most soft skills, professionalism comes across in your actions, attitudes, and behaviors. Being courteous, for example, using please and thank you, showing up on time, offering a firm handshake when you introduce yourself, responding quickly to emails and phone calls, and avoiding personal business on company time. These are just some examples of how professionals in any business handle themselves.
Just so you know, I have another meeting at noon, so I hope this doesn't take too long.
I understand. I'm so sorry for the delay. Unfortunately, my business partner has all the presentation materials. I'm sorry, do you mind if I just call for 1 second? I'm so sorry.
Whew, 15 minutes late. All right. Hey, how you doing? Callie, is it?
No, it's pronounced Kaylee.
Right. All right. So where were we? Sorry, hold on. Support, give me 1 second. Hey, how you doing, man? No, you did catch me at a bad time. What's up? Yeah, you get my message? Yeah, it's tonight. Courtside. Yeah, courtside! All right, buddy. All right, see you tonight. Bye. All right, sorry about that. So where were we?
We were waiting on you.
What did Michael do wrong? Perhaps the better question is, what, if anything, did he do right? The impression he made not only reflects poorly on him, but also on his coworker and the company he works for. Regardless of what job you do, know that there are people counting on you to do it right. Being professional also means being able to manage your workload. Employers want people they can count on to come to work on time and get the job done without a whole lot of hand-holding.
What's my day look like? When do I need to get out of bed? When do I need to get to the office? What are the things that have to be done? What are the additional things that, I'd like to get done? And then stay on task, make yourself a list, check it off through the day, not getting caught up with other people's things going on. I mean, a lot of times, and that's a hard thing to do. You want to be a team player. You want to be, a good person within the office and have good relationships. But a lot of times, you can really kind of lose a lot of time without any meaning to, just by talking to an employee that it gets a lot longer than what you really think it should. So I think the key is just kind of know what you want to accomplish and kind of check back, make sure you're keeping on task for the day.
Hey Rick, do you have those updated files for Christina yet? She said she needed them this afternoon.
No, I don't have them.
Seriously? I sent them to you this morning and they were marked high priority.
I know, I had full intention of getting to them. I got to work, I had a zillion other emails to answer. Then my daughter called from school, she left her lunch at home, so I had to take an extra long lunch. I didn't even get to eat. I had to run home, get her lunchbox, take it to school, drop it off, then get back. I sat down, I was about to start it, and then the company newsletter came through. I saw that. That was just whacked. It was messed up, so I had to sit down and fix it.
Company newsletter? You better have those to her by 3 this afternoon. You know she'll go on the warpath.
So are you telling me I shouldn't work on the newsletter?
Being professional requires you to manage your time and take responsibility for your work. Are you reliable? Do you come to work on time every day? Can you be counted on to meet a deadline, prioritize your tasks, and avoid distractions? Do you carry yourself professionally? Do you dress for success and treat others with respect? These soft skills all contribute to your professional image. From the moment you step foot into your first job interview to the moment you retire, you're building your reputation in your career. You're making an impression over and over on the people you work with and the people you work for. Think about how much trust you put in the people around you every day. You trust the chef at a restaurant to cook your food properly. You trust your mechanic to fix your car, and your doctor to prescribe the right medication. Every day, you rely on people to do their jobs right. The same holds true for you. Your boss trusts you to do your work, be honest, and follow the company's rules and regulations. This is called acting with integrity.
Integrity is extremely important. It kind of goes back to the manager and the employee relationship. Having integrity, having trust, being reliable, those are all key things that are so important. Having that integrity, other people are going to come to you with questions. You'll become a subject matter expert in your field just by doing what you're supposed to do, meeting the deadlines, being an honest person, being reliable, all that's integrity. It's going to help you to advance quicker and get more, responsibility, more flexibility with your boss, and it'll really get you the empowerment to do a good job.
Bill, glad I found you. I was just looking over the invoice for the Anderson job and comparing it to the inventory records, and I found a few discrepancies. I was hoping you could help sort them out.
Discrepancies?
Yeah, for what I can tell, it looks like you used the wrong concrete for the driveway and downgraded the siding from what the customer had requested.
Look, we ran short on a few supplies, and I knew it was going to take a while to order everything, and I didn't want to go over budget or over schedule, so we just improvised.
You mean you substituted inferior materials?
Hey, the stuff we use is perfectly fine, and it gets the job done. And I promise you, there's no way the homeowner's going to know anything about this. A driveway's a driveway. Besides, it saved the company a few dollars, so it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, until their driveway cracks and the siding falls off their house. You have to tell Rhonda.
No, I'm not going to tell her. Are you crazy? Look, nobody has to know about this. She doesn't have to know about it if we don't say anything.
Was Bill right to cut corners in order to get the job done on time? And what happens if Jamie doesn't tell anyone? Does that make her just as much at fault? Acting with integrity means more than just taking responsibility for your own actions. It means doing what you know to be right, even if it's difficult.
Obviously, we're going to have to go back and redo the work. This is going to cost us. We could be sued.
I know, I am so sorry. I should have told you first, but I thought I'd ask Bill, see if he could explain.
Don't worry. I'll talk to Bill. And don't be sorry, you did the right thing. Thank you for telling me.
Thank you.
Employers expect their employees to be honest and ethical. They may not always recognize that you follow the rules, but they will take action if they find you're breaking them. So here are just a few more ways you can act with integrity at work. For starters, work the hours you're paid to work. Avoid socializing, checking personal email, texting your friends, shopping online, or looking up the score of the ball game when you're supposed to be doing your job. Follow the rules. That includes company policies such as dress code and safety requirements, as well as following the law. These policies are often clearly posted, but if you don't know, it's best to ask. Do your job right. Don't cut corners. Settle for nothing less than your best work. And if you do make a mistake, own up to it. Your boss would much rather have someone who is open about their mistakes and willing to correct them than someone who tries to cover them up or blame them on someone else.
What's next?
Well, we got done early, so Crawford said if we had time, we could go on down to the McMurphy residence. I guess we got, about an hour? Hey, why don't we just cut off a little bit early, go get some drinks or something, just say this one took a little longer.
I don't know.
Come on, look, we'll just say we had to help the old man set up his DVR or something. Crawford's never going to know. We'll just call it good customer service. Knowing him, he's probably going to give us a raise or something, right?
Okay. But if Crawford asks, it was your idea.
Whatever.
No matter whose idea it was, it's still a bad one. Acting with integrity means following all laws, rules, and procedures, whether they're posted on the wall, written in the handbook, or told to you by your employer. For example, we all know that stealing office supplies is wrong. But what about fudging your timesheet or neglecting to use required safety equipment? What about taking 15 extra minutes at lunch so you can check your Facebook account? These are all examples of unethical behavior that can lead to trouble. Being honest and ethical requires a constant and conscious effort. It requires you to make the right choices. When you make the right choice, you become a model of integrity for others. You become someone your employer can count on to do the job well and to do it right. The average person spends between 70 and 80% of their waking hours communicating. Whether it's talking to a customer on the phone, emailing a coworker, or having a face-to-face meeting with your supervisor, communication is an integral part of almost every job. The ability to communicate well ranks as one of the top 5 soft skills that employers desire most. Of course, who we communicate with changes how we communicate as well. You might speak differently to a friend than you would to the owner of the company. Your email to an irate customer will probably have a different tone from your email to the coworker in the cubicle across from you. And yet there are several strategies that effective communicators use regardless of their target audience. After all, your goal is always the same. You want to get your own message across clearly and respectfully and understand what the other person has to say in return. The first step in becoming an effective communicator is learning how to listen, to fully absorb and consider what the other person has to say. This can be harder than it sounds.
Oh, Andrea.
Oh, hi. Stacy, right, I knew that.
It's all right. Listen, I was talking to Robert down in accounting, and he said he still needs those.
Invoices, yeah, I know, I'm working on them.
No, he actually needs expense reports from...
Convention, right? Yeah.
Not from the convention. He has those already. He needs the ones from last...
Month?
Week. He needs them for the sales...
Meeting, yeah.
Conference.
Yeah, no problem, I'll send the invoices right over.
What? I didn't say invoices.
Obviously, Stacy didn't get her message across, but Andrea hardly gave her a chance. Though she might have heard Stacy's words, Andrea wasn't actively listening to what Stacy had to say, if she was listening at all. To be an active listener, you have to give the person speaking your full attention. Don't try to anticipate what they're going to say or concentrate only on what you want to say next. Ask for clarification. If you don't understand something, it's all right to ask. It's better than pretending to know what's going on. Keep an open mind. Give the other person's opinions and ideas serious consideration, even if you disagree with them. Try to see it from their point of view. Finally, watch the other person's body language. Hand gestures, facial expressions, and posture can often say just as much, if not more, about what a person is thinking and feeling. For example, which of these people is excited by the idea being presented? Which one is distracted? Confused? Bored? By paying attention to nonverbal cues such as body language, a frown, a slouch, a furrowed brow, or a tapping foot, you can easily tell if your message is getting through. Then you can make adjustments to communicate more effectively. Of course, you can't always tell if the other person is smiling or frowning, fidgeting, or even nodding off. Much of our day-to-day business is handled over the phone or through email and other kinds of written communication. Each form of communication comes with its own set of rules, often called etiquette, that governs how to best do it. Take a phone call from an unhappy customer, for example.
Midtown Mutual, where the customer's always right. This is James. How can I help you?
Hi, my name is Cassandra Jones, and I'm a little bit upset right now. I just got a bill for $2,000, and I don't understand why insurance didn't cover it.
So you're saying you don't want to pay your bill?
No, what I'm saying is that I think you should have paid the bill. That's why I have insurance.
If you have a problem with your bill, please call billing department. Thank you.
I thought that was the billing department.
Hello?
Hi?
Can I help you?
Is this Midtown Mutual Insurance?
You're the one that dialed the number. Hi, you've reached Midtown Mutual Insurance. This is James speaking. May I ask who I'm speaking with?
This is Cassandra Jones, and I'm a little upset right now. I just got a bill for $2,000, and I have no idea why insurance didn't cover it.
I understand, and I'm sorry you're upset. Let me see what I can do for you. First, I'm going to need a little bit more information, though. Do you happen to have your policy number handy? If not, I'd be more than happy to look it up for you.
Finally, it looks like Cassandra might get somewhere. Most phone etiquette is common sense, and yet we've all had frustrating phone conversations like the one you've just seen. When communicating over the phone, here are a few things to remember. Stay positive. Make sure your tone of voice is upbeat and friendly. Be sure to verify important information, such as names, numbers, and addresses. Answer the phone promptly, and return messages promptly. If you have to put someone on hold, make sure you ask for the caller's permission. Mind your manners. Say please and thank you, and remember that a genuine apology can help diffuse a sensitive situation. Finally, as with all communication, give the other person your full attention. Minimize background noise and try to avoid other distractions. Don't try typing an email or doing other work while you're talking on the phone to someone else. Show them the same respect you would expect if you were calling.
All right, Cassandra. I'll get that resubmitted, and you should get a call from someone in the next 2 or 3 business days. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No, that's it for now. Thank you.
My pleasure. You have a nice day.
Nowadays, less and less of our business is done face-to-face or even over the phone. Studies show that a majority of workplace communication happens in writing, primarily through email. More than 100 billion emails are sent each day, and that number continues to grow.
I think a lot of times context gets lost, tone gets lost when we use email as our only form of communication. Texting right now, that seems to happen a lot. You text back and forth and all of a sudden someone thinks you're really angry and you're not. So a lot of times face-to-face communication is difficult, especially when, not necessarily negative, but if it's something that you know the other person may not agree with, it is usually better to do it face-to-face. That way the tone isn't lost. They don't come, they don't think that you're coming at them, all mad and everything already. Sometimes it's just, sharing ideas that you may not think somebody's, going to be on board with right away.
Here are a few more things to keep in mind for the times when an email is the best way to communicate. Proofread your email before you send it. Review your messages thoroughly for spelling and grammar errors. Also, check to make sure the tone is appropriate. Avoid common texting abbreviations and use emoticons sparingly. LOLs and smiley faces can make your writing seem unprofessional. Always include a subject line in an email. This will help the receiver identify the purpose of the message. Whether it's an email, a text, or a memo, keep your written communications brief. Most people already spend 25% of their working hours reading and responding to emails. Always send a reply, even if it's just to say that you'll look into the matter and get back to them later. Finally, be careful what you send and who you send it to. Company email is not private. You can be fired for sending inappropriate emails. Keep your content professional and be aware of everyone who might end up reading what you've written. Whether it's an email, a text message, a phone call, or a face-to-face meeting, the most important rule of communicating is the same as with all of the soft skills we've already covered. Be professional. Make your own message clear, but be sure to respect the opinions and ideas of the person you're communicating with. How you communicate reflects on you as an individual and on the company you work for. Send the message that you're someone who listens and someone worth listening to. At one time or another, you've been a member of a team. Was it successful? Did it meet its goals? And how did you contribute to its success or failure? Working as part of a team means understanding what role you play and recognizing how you can best contribute. But it also means understanding the group as a whole and being willing to compromise to keep the group productive.
All right, everyone. We've got to find a way to finish this project by Friday. So what do we have done so far?
Well, I've done my part. I put all the preliminary research on your desks Monday morning.
You call that research? I could have done that like in 10 minutes.
That would have been a welcome change. You haven't done much since this project started.
You tell him.
Tell me what? I've been waiting on you to give me a list of vendors to contact for what? 3 days now?
Well, I tried to get your help with it, but you were too busy.
That was last week. Besides, you shouldn't need my help. It's your department and it's your responsibility.
If you ask me, you both dropped the ball on this project.
So says Her Majesty.
So what's that supposed to mean?
It just means that you don't appreciate the work the rest of us put into this.
What work? I'm the only one that gets anything done around here.
What?
What happened here? Who's responsible for the group breaking down? What are they missing? Teamwork falters for several reasons, but here are some of the most common. A lack of respect and appreciation. A lack of open communication. A failure to compromise, and a failure to contribute.
What is required for a team to work well together? I'd say primarily is honesty, trust, meeting deadlines. Those three things I think are key. If you do what you say you're going to do, and live up to that, that's going to be key. Your other employees or your other team members are going to learn that they trust you. They know that they're going to go to you and you're going to meet the deadlines that they need to have met. And that all that grows. It goes back to, having that integrity, having that trust, getting the buy-in from your manager and having that good relationship. So
teamwork isn't always easy, even with a great leader at the helm. Groups often experience some kind of conflict. When handled professionally, disagreement can sometimes be a good thing, allowing for differing perspectives and new ideas. Too often, however, disagreements result in flaring tempers and poor results.
One of the big issues that employees have is working in a team. A lot of people are not used to working in a team. So working in a team is very important. And one of the main issues is remembering that you all are working together to get a job done and not worrying about what's your job, what's my job. It's our job to get it done, and then you will have a good team. If the team works well, individuals are recognized, the team is recognized, and things work better.
Managing conflict at work can be tough sometimes. I currently work with a team, there's 4 of us, and there are 4 different personalities, and we all are 4 different people. So my thought is that, my process is if you have a problem with one of your team members, I'm always open to come and talk to me about it. We would try to resolve that issue if, and during us talking about it, we may see that some of the issues that you may have are personal, and they may be things that you may not like, but it may not, be that particular person that you are a coworker that you have a problem with. So it's very important that you set up a process and you talk to your manager, you share with your manager some of the issues that you have with your coworker, and that you walk through and you talk through the process of trying to restore that relationship back to a good working relationship.
You might someday find yourself on a team with members as far away as Delhi, Tokyo, or Beijing. In today's global marketplace, you'll be expected to work with people from all over the world with differing customs, cultures, and beliefs. While this sometimes adds barriers to communication, this diversity also provides fresh perspectives and ideas. The most important thing, whether you're leading this diverse group or simply a member of it, is to act professionally at all times and to treat everyone with respect.
No, your resume is excellent. References are great. I have to say I'm impressed. I think Snyder and Sons would be very happy to have you.
Thank you.
One last question though, if you don't mind, where exactly do you see yourself in 10 years?
I don't know, I really haven't thought about it.
Imagine you're in an interview or even a performance review and are asked that same question. Where do you see yourself in a year? 5 years? 20? Do you have an answer prepared? Not having an answer to this question could cost you a job. Employers want people who are driven, who have a plan. Yes, they hope that plan includes working for them, but they don't want someone with no sense of direction or ambition. The ability to stay motivated, to set short and long-term goals and work steadily toward them is a highly valued soft skill and one that can help you establish long-term career success. It can be difficult to see the bigger picture, especially when you're concentrating on simply showing up to work and getting through the week. Motivation is a skill that sets apart workers who get ahead from workers who are left behind. Successful workers have the ability to anticipate how actions they take today will impact their work next week, next month, next year. Pushing yourself to succeed starts with setting goals, but even that can be a challenge. Here are 3 things you should keep in mind. A goal should be yours. It should be dictated by you and not someone else. Yes, your boss will set goals for you, but you need to take ownership of them. Understand what accomplishing that goal will mean for you as a person and for your career. Also, a goal should be reachable. Set goals you can realistically attain through your own knowledge, skills, and actions. Make sure you have the resources necessary to meet your goals. Finally, your goal should be plannable. None of us can predict the future, which is why we need to create a roadmap for achieving our goals. Literally, mapping out the steps on a piece of paper can help you visualize what you need to accomplish and when. Another way to think of this is that your goals, whether short-term or long-term, should be SMART. Specific, measurable, achievable, results-focused, and time-bound. Having SMART goals makes them easier to track and to accomplish. Setting realistic and measurable goals is only part of it. you still have to work to achieve those goals, and that requires a positive attitude.
If I have an employee that that every time that I give them a task to do, that they're excited, that they are willing to take on that task without any hesitation, that they have a good attitude, even when I may throw them a project that with no directions, they're willing to go the extra mile to figure out what to do. They're not, screaming and yelling and making bad facial expressions or stomping their feet because I've given them a project that they don't have directions on. So I think that positive attitude also allows your manager to trust you when given assignments and knowing that you're going to take that task, develop it, and produce the best results as possible.
Pete, Nellie, hey. Juan just called in sick, and I need someone to help me close. And I know you guys have already worked a full shift, but I can really use someone to help me out.
I really hate closing.
Pete?
I got you, bud.
Thanks, brother. I know I can always count on you.
No problem.
You can sit at your desk and dream about the promotions and accolades you want to receive, but they'll stay dreams until you take action. For that reason, you need to be proactive. Take the next steps without having someone push or direct you. Being self-motivated means focusing on 3 other selves. Self-improvement. Try to learn something new about your job every day and volunteer for more challenging work. More and more employers are emphasizing lifelong learning, urging their employees to continue their education through classes, conferences, or on-the-job training. Take advantage of any opportunities to enhance your skills. Self-awareness. Understand what motivates and frustrates you and how it impacts your attitude in your work. This will help you avoid problems and overcome difficult tasks. And finally, self-confidence. If you want to achieve your goals, you have to believe in yourself from the start. With each new success, your confidence will continue to grow. With every goal you reach, you build a reputation as someone who is positive, motivated, hardworking, and successful. Another way to think of that reputation is as your own personal brand. Your personal brand consists of all of the qualities that make you stand out from the crowd. Are you known for your enthusiasm, your work ethic, your ability to generate new ideas? Your brand should send a clear message about your strengths, values, and past success. A brand is only as powerful as its reach, however. Being known as a hard worker in your department is good, but there may come a time when you want to switch departments, find a new employer, or even take on a whole new career path. For that reason, you'll need to network, to build relationships with people both inside and outside your organization. One of the more useful relationships you can build is with a mentor, someone who can help you reach your goals and manage your personal brand. Not only can a mentor teach you what they know about the business, he or she can advise you on future career steps to take and help assess your progress. When picking a mentor, choose someone whose opinions you respect and who has a good reputation in his or her field. Make sure you can communicate easily with your mentor. And finally, make sure you ask them if they're willing to take you under their wing. Having a mentor can give you even more incentive to do your best. Pushing yourself to succeed means staying motivated, whether it's to finish a project, earn a promotion, or take on a new career. To succeed, you have to learn to set goals, keep a positive attitude, and reach out to others in your network who can help you. It's not easy, but if you employ all of the soft skills already discussed, your SMART goals will turn into marketable accomplishments. Think about all the skills you use at work. Some of them are probably specific to your job, skills acquired through education and training and on-the-job experience. But you have another set of skills, soft skills, that can help you excel in any job. Soft skills will help you communicate effectively, manage your time, look professional, lead others, and overcome adversity. These are skills you can practice and improve on every day. And they're often the skills employers, as well as coworkers and customers, appreciate most. Soft skills are more than simply what you can do or what you're good at. They represent the kind of person you are, one who is confident, professional, honest, hardworking, motivated, and above all, successful.